Welcome to another Cardano update. So we are still in this 1-2 setup. I mean, we have been in this 1-2 setup since pretty much August, and yeah, there's nothing going on right now. We are still in a B wave, and in my opinion, the B wave still has not bottomed, because if you look at the RSI, I mean, the 4-hour RSI went from 30 to about 50. And the price barely went up like 1.5 cents. So yeah, this is very, very questionable, and it's actually kind of concerning, because right now, if we want to go to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart, we kind of have to go to like 32 cents now, which, it's not the best thing, because if we do drop from the 0.618 support level, then we will most likely drop to the 0.786 support level as well. And if we do that, we will go below this low right here, and that will invalidate the whole setup. Well, not the whole setup, but it will 100% invalidate the AB structure right here, which will mean that we will not get a C wave, and it will mean that we will most likely get another low in the May second wave move down right here. And like I said, that would not be the best thing to happen right now. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, if you did not watch my previous videos, let me explain what this is again. So we are currently the 1, 2, 3 setup, and the first wave move up has 3 waves, as you can see. The third wave, the C wave, went to the 2.272 extension of this 1-2 setup, which at the time was very, very bullish. But after that, we did not really get a 4 and a 5, so we only got 3 waves. And that formed the first wave move. Then we formed another ABC structure to the downside. We went to the 0.786 support level, as you can see. That formed the second wave move down. And now, if we are in a third wave move, then this was the A wave of the third wave right there. And as you can see, the A wave has 3 waves as well. And the B wave will also have 3 waves. And right now, it does look like we have 3 waves. I mean, the low that we got over here is lower than this right here, which is good, but, we will most likely get another low because the RSI is not looking too good, or at least on the 4-hour chart. And like I said, to confirm that we are in a third wave, well, to confirm that the third wave has actually topped, we need to get to 52.7 cents, which is a 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here. Once we do that, then you can expect a fourth wave move down, which could take a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, and then a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves, I will finally be able to confirm that the low right here is in, and that we are heading in a third wave move to the upside. Now, as you can see, we are breaking above the trend line again, which is good. But this does not really tell us anything, because we broke above it multiple times. As you can see, we broke above it here, and now we're breaking above it again for the third time. So, if we want to stay bullish, we have to stay above it. We cannot afford to get rejected like a million times. We'll also not rejected by the bull market support band. As you can see, I've mentioned this multiple times. If we want to stay bullish, and if we want to actually prove that Cardano can go to the third wave targets right here, then we need to go above the bull market support band as well. And as you know, we just had a cross like a month ago, actually a month and a half ago. So at some point we kind of need to get a pump, because usually when we get a cross like that, a pump happens a few weeks later. So, I mean, yeah, maybe you could say that this was a pump of the cross, but I don't really buy that, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. It's very unusual for Cardano to put in lower lows after getting a cross, so we'll see what happens if we do get another lower low, and we'll see if Cardano can actually manage to hold the 22 cents level, because, we are very close to that level right now, and if we do go below that level, that will invalidate the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup right here, and the whole ABC structure as well, so we will just invalidate the whole 1-2 setup. Now, something that I want to mention is this 1-2 setup that we had right here after the bear market low. As you can see, we had a very weird looking 1-2 setup. The first wave was very impulsive. It took about, let's say, 1 month. And then we had a second wave move down, which kept putting in lower lows, and at that time, people thought we would get a new bear market low, because, we were actually very close to this. So we were actually like 2 cents away from putting in a new bear market low. So things were not looking too good. But then we had a cross right here. We did absolutely nothing for pretty much a month or so. And then we pumped. And what do you know? This happened in October last year, and right now it's October. And just like right now, everyone here thought that the 1-2 setup will get invalidated and that we will put in a new bear market low, just like we're doing right now in this 1-2 setup. So maybe we're just copying that structure right there, and to be honest with you, it looks very, very similar. Now let's go on the weekly chart. As you can see, we are still fighting with the yellow line, so if we do drop below it, I think it's going to be very likely that we go below it again. And if we do that, we will most likely put in another lower low in the second wave move down. Just because, I mean, as you can see here, for example, we tried getting above it, we got rejected, and what happened after that? We did not put in another lower low, but we still went down quite a lot. So, you know, we have to stay above it if we want to stay bullish right now. Let's also go on the monthly chart. The monthly chart is also looking not so good because we are still below the yellow line. So if we want to get a third wave move to the upside, we need to do something like this over here. We need to fight with the yellow line and we need to win the battle. So we basically need to get above it ASAP. And I don't know when that will happen. I mean, it could happen this month. It could happen next month or maybe in December. But if it does not happen by the end of December, then I don't know what will happen with Cardano because we don't have that much time left. Now, we're still at this point of the cycle, so we're doing quite well. But if we do not get a pump in November or December, then I don't know what Cardano will do in this cycle because, like I said, we won't have that much time left. So what's happening right now, it's not concerning, but it will be concerning if we do not get a pump in the next few months. Now, if you compare the RSI, the current RSI of this cycle, to the other side of the previous cycle, you'll see that in this cycle, we are actually putting in lower lows on the RSI, which could be a good sign. Because if we do go up, that leaves a lot of room to the upside. As you can see right now, the monthly RSI is at like 44. And if you want to compare this to the previous cycle, I mean the lowest for the previous cycle, the lowest RSI was at about 46 cents. And Cardano was at about 46. And at that time, Cardano was pretty much at 1.7 cents. So there is potential for the price to explode, and if it does explode, then, you know, we have a lot of room to the upside. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we could realistically go to the $5 levels, maybe even the $8 levels in a more bullish scenario, because the RSI pretty much allows that right now. And do not forget, in the previous cycle, we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, which formed a first wave move up. And right now we had an ABC starter in the bear market, which formed a second wave move down. And here we formed a 1-2 setup of another third wave of these first two waves right here. And this could be very bullish, obviously, because if this is a third wave right now, then, I mean, we already formed two waves of the third wave. So that means we have another third wave coming, and the third wave of the third wave is usually the most impulsive, so this title could be crazy if this is indeed a 1-2 setup. Now, this could turn into something entirely different, obviously. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, nobody can predict the future. We have to wait and see what happens, I guess. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Bitcoin dominance still has not topped, so I cannot talk about that. Check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.